You're watching NurseTV.com.
You may not recognize 87-year-old Edith Shane today, but there is no doubt you've seen her. Take a look at Edith back in 1945, just getting started as a nurse in her mid-20s. Still don't recognize her? Well, how about this picture? She's the nurse being kissed by a sailor in Times Square at the end of World War II. It was a moment captured in time, and one that captivated a nation. It's a story Edith still loves to tell some 52 years later.
So we went downtown and we got off at Times Square and we walked into the crowd and everybody was, hugging and kissing and we were cheering and somebody grabbed me and I said, this is the least I could do for a fighting man. And so I waited until he was finished, and of course I closed my eyes when he kissed me because I always close my eyes when someone kisses me. And as soon as the kiss was over, I turned around and went one way, and I think he didn't pursue me or anything, he went the opposite way to see him. And I imagine from what I've heard from 25 different sailors who said he was the one, that he went out to kiss as many women as he could, and why not, So then I walked a little further, and a soldier grabbed me and kissed me. And I was with a girlfriend, from the hospital. And so we thought we should leave at that time. Besides, I was going to college at the time and I had to do a term paper.
The former psychiatric nurse says everyone rushed to Times Square whenever there was good news. At age 30, Shane headed west to California. She wasn't made aware of the photo until the 80s, but she strongly believes that being a nurse played a key role in having the picture snapped, and the emotion of it has never left her side.
The care of nurses and the love, and the mother and the loving and the caring and the wanting to help, the helpfulness. I think about that as being such a symbol of the boys coming home, the boys and the women coming home, and how they could start their lives over again. And this, I don't want to be dramatic about it, but it makes me cry to think about that.
The black and white was the inspiration for a 25-foot-tall, 6,000-pound sculpture by artist J. Seward Johnson. The piece, dubbed Unconditional Surrender, is on loan to the city of San Diego and sits adjacent to the decommissioned USS Midway aircraft carrier, now a military museum.
First time I saw it, I was just overwhelmed. Oh, to see this in 3 dimensions, I couldn't believe that anybody would do such a thing. Then when I did the thing in San Diego and I looked at this huge picture, 3-dimensional picture. Oh, the interesting thing is that the one I don't know, I have to study the other one. I have a little one home. I don't think the uniform is billowing out that much. And of course, the first thing everybody does is look under the front of the skirt. I do too.
As for the young man who planted the kiss, well, that's still a mystery.
Don't know who kissed me. Didn't tell, or kiss and tell. Didn't tell because I was embarrassed by it until a friend of mine kept urging me to write to Lifetime.
I love that it's a nurse and a sailor. They both have uniforms. They both become universal symbols for us.
Paula Stokey is the executive director of the Sculpture Foundation. She was instrumental in bringing the prize piece to San Diego. Their mission is simple: to expose and educate.
The very human, joyful feeling that was projected in these two people just spontaneously kissing on the street. So he knows also that in the back of all of our minds we have some images like that. So he's doing a whole series of iconic images that are things that we all hold, whether we're Americans or someone else. Visual images we hold in the back of our minds that have a specific meaning, and that one is about freedom and joy and like the release of no longer living in the tension of wartime.
Shane is now a retired great-grandmother living in Santa Monica. She was an educator and a social worker prior to retiring, but it was her work as a nurse and one unforgettable smooch that now spans generation after generation.
The kids have it in their dorm, and they don't know what it really represents, but they love the picture. There's so much energy in that, and there's so much love and tenderness in it, and it's so elegant.
For Nurse TV, I'm Mark Prescott.
For more stories about nurses, go to NurseTV.com.